Good evening and welcome back, everybody, to the G-Town podcast. This is episode number 5. Before we start this podcast, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There is a notification bell, a new feature on YouTube where you hit that, and every time that we post a video or whenever we're going live, you're going to see a notification pop up saying that we're going to go live. As always, we appreciate every eye and ear. Today we got myself, your main host, Brandon Borillo. We got Richard and Eric back on the cast. And we have a special guest in today. We have Mr. the Big Puffa, J-Geezy. Hey. What's up, man?
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Honor to be here, yo. This is dope.
Thank you so much for coming down, man.
I'm with anything named G-Town.
Yes.
What's up? That's his brand, yo. For real.
Today we are actually rocking, or me and J-Geezy are rocking the G-Town merch. Shout out to Nick and Eric, who are doing this big collective project on this brand right here. Anything G-Town, they're all for it. So hop on that. We'll link a plug in the description at the bottom. Okay. J-Geezy, what's up, man?
How you feeling, man?
You know, I mean, I'm doing okay, you know what I mean? Had a little bit of an interesting afternoon, you know, but yo, I'm excited. I'm here, you know. Good vibes. You know, it's nice to meet all of you guys. This is like really dope energy.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Thank you. Earlier, J-Geezy actually runs his own podcast as well. It's the Puffit podcast. We'll link a plug in the description as well. It's a dope podcast. It's like 40. How many episodes are you in? 47? 47?
We 40. I think 44. I believe. Yeah. 4 episodes deep. For the video ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did have an audio version as well, but then we kind of stopped. But we're gonna bring it back.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're a big fan of like the whole live stream and like video.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
That's dope. But yeah, please do tune in. One other thing, in the loading screen, we were playing J-Geezy's new single called "Strong," with who's featured on it? Dreamer.
Dreamer.
Dope.
Out of Cloverdale, but he used to live in Fleetwood, so he's a Surrey guy too.
Surrey, everything. I love it, man.
You gotta show some pride in where you're from.
For sure. Don't forget. Don't forget.
Can't forget.
When J-Geezy came into the room, man, the first thing we noticed is that jean jacket, man. That is wavy as fuck.
For real.
Gotta give a big shout out to brother Jason of Sleepless Minds. He made this for me, a custom 1-of-1 Big Puffa jacket, and I really appreciate it, man. He's a really dope guy. So yeah, go give him a follow.
Yeah. Heavy vaporwave. You see those clouds?
Yeah.
They're all painted on.
It's me. It's
show
me.
the back too. Show the back too.
Can you see?
You guys stand up. Here you go.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Yes. Big Puffa.
Big Puffa. That is so dope.
Jeez.
Alright. So just to get a little feelers out for the audience that do not know you, who are you, man? What's up?
My name is J-Geezy, aka the Big Puffa. People who know me, they call me Joey. But I like Geezy over J-Geezy, Big Puffa. I like those. You know, it makes me feel more legit, more official. I do a little bit of everything. I make music, mostly rap, but I do dabble in other genres as well. Like you said, I have my own podcast show, video and audio, and I'm also a musical director of a show called Expert Joints Live.
Wow.
Which you can watch on expertjoints.com. It's a really cool show that it's about cannabis and stuff, but I get to pick a song every time, so I get to for the most part pick local talent and stuff, and get people on there as guests. So I do that as well. I do interviews and stuff as well. I'm trying to get in my journalism media bag as well. So I just want to be a part of the whole music scene, music culture, and just
be part of the industry. Just everything.
Yeah. So.
And locally focused too. Locally very focused. Interesting.
Yeah, I want to put I want to uplift people and
encourage them.
Exactly, and put our city
on
the map, so it's looked at in the way that they look at some of the major American cities and Toronto, for instance. So,
right. Because Toronto's blowing up.
They're
even putting Brampton on the map too. Or something.
You know what I mean? Brampton, shout out to Brampton. My sister lives there. Yo, shout out.
Surrey Part 2, yo.
You know what I mean? But for real, I feel like we have the talent out here that we could.
There's potential, man.
I see it. That we could
if we can make this like a plug outlet to make all these young artists go out, and if we can put them on a platform like putting them on the G-Town podcast, that's like another platform for them to put out their music, their art, everything.
That's why I love that you guys are doing this. I'm just like, yo, man, another like, you know, like another podcast, and they're repping G-Town too. Yeah. Like, yo,
yes, sir.
I hope all you like, you know, dope like creatives and artists or whatever, you know what I mean, come through this place and like, you know, stop by. It's dope. Yeah, it's dope.
Okay. I want to know about your origin stories. We did talk about it briefly, but like, you grew up in G-Town.
I grew up in G-Town. I've lived in G-Town since I was 4 months old. Yeah, born and raised in Surrey, you know what I mean? Born in Surrey Memorial Hospital, shout out. You know what I mean? Yeah, basically lived in the same place the whole time. So, like, a lot of people know, like, if you know where I live, like, in the streets and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty dope. That's why I rep so hard, because it's literally, like, all I know.
You know? Yeah.
This is your world, pretty much.
Exactly.
And you don't see people doing what you do, especially like young creatives. They don't really rep what you rep, and I respect that so much, right? Like straight up, like you just born and raised, and even a lot of your music too is just it's G-Town focused, and that's mad respect.
I love that a lot. Born in the same hospital. Hey, what's up? Surrey Memorial.
Yeah.
But I was born and raised here too, or in the area. I mentioned this in the podcast like several hundred times. But I was born here in Guildford, Surrey Memorial, and then I moved around to Newton, moved back and forth, and now I'm back here again.
Now back in Guildford.
But I know this town in and out, and I love how we rep it so hard. Because I really do want to put Guildford on the map. Guildford specifically on the map.
Guildford, you know, G-Town, you know,
G-Town,
yes,
sir.
Surrey, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Surrey is like the whole collective of it, but
specifically the G-Town part.
Specifically,
But
we shout out to like the Fleetwood area.
We
got Cloverdale. We got the White Rock area.
South Surrey, yeah, you
South
know,
Surrey.
Fraser Heights, which is technically part of G-Town.
It
is.
It is.
Technically. They try to think of it like something separate. But
yeah.
I always count Fraser Heights, you know what I mean? Gotcha. You like it's like the bougie part of G-Town, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
There's politics to it.
Yeah, but I'm G-Town to the core. You know, I went to school, elementary school. Shout out Jorth Road and Riverdale.
I went to Riverdale, actually.
You did?
I went to Riverdale for kindergarten.
What word? I went grade 4 and grade 5.
Dope.
Part of grade 5. And then high school, I went to GP, and then I went to North.
Oh, you went to GP?
Yeah, that's why we the colors are inspired by the Guildford Park colors. Yeah. And then for a year, I went to North Surrey.
Yeah.
As well, so, you know, shout out to my Spartan folks, you know what I mean? And so it's just...
Oh, nice. Yeah. I was gonna actually ask that. What high school did you go to? I went to Johnson Heights.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like
North Surrey, man.
North Surrey as well.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And this guy's a private school boy.
Holy Cross.
Holy Cross. Hey, that's just down the street. That's like. You might call it Fleetwood, but I still think that's kind of Guildford. You know, it's like right there on the border, you know. And JH, I had a lot of homies who went to JH too, so you know.
Popular guy for real.
When you were growing up in Guildford and you're making all this content, like music and all that, do you have any like inspirations that you have growing up?
A big inspiration for me growing up just in just music and just in general was 50 Cent.
50 Cent?
You know? I just like, you know, I love that whole get rich or die trying mantra, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, obviously I don't want to die, but it's like, while you're, and I don't even mean rich as in like, material things necessarily, but just obtaining wealth of knowledge, wealth of material things as well, but just like, you know, be successful or die trying, you know what I mean? While I'm here,
leave a legacy,
you know, because you're only here for so long, you know, tomorrow's not promised, so you know you only get one life to live, so while you're here, you know, make the most of it and just go for it and just, you know. Yeah.
Even though 50 cents was get rich or die trying, it's a little bit extreme, but
it's a little bit extreme. I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm not gonna die to try and get rich off material things. That's a little too far. But like, you replace riches with like, I don't know, happiness, I guess.
Yeah, like you said, knowledge and things like that, or just even being here right now on G-Town podcast and just repping your hometown is really rich in culture.
That's what I'm talking about. This is huge. Like this is like like you don't even understand. This is like so crazy. Like I love it, yo. We need more of this.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very, very humbled by your words, man. For real. Did you have any other genres of music that you listened to?
Oh yeah. Me, I actually, when I was put on the music, I was listening to like pop music and like cause these older girl cousins of mine, I used to hang out with them a lot, and so they'd put me on to whatever they were listening to, and it'd be like S Club 7 and like Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Destiny's Child, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I was just like, that's what I was originally put on to. And then like my sister, who's older than me, she listened to a lot of like Christian rock and stuff like that. And my mom listens to like gospel music. So growing up, I listened to a lot of different stuff. And then some guy, shout out to Lorenzo, this kid in my complex, his mom let him listen to whatever, you know, because my mom was kind of strict, like wouldn't let me listen to, you know, anything like swear words. Yeah. And even like really suggestive stuff. So I couldn't even listen to like the like Spice Girl stuff and like the Destiny's Child stuff. Yeah. I had to listen to the Christian rock or the gospel music.
Yeah, so you were limited.
Yeah, but Lorenzo, his mom let him listen to whatever, so he had a CD, 2001, by Dr. Dre.
Whoa.
And he let me borrow that.
That's a classic.
And that's the first ever hip-hop CD.
That's the start of your legacy.
Did you get caught, though?
What?
Did you get caught listening to that?
No. It was returned safely back to Lorenzo. No, I hid that. I was slick about that.
To the rightful owner.
To the rightful owner. But that changed my life because I listened to that, and it was, I think Forgot About Dre was one of the first songs.
Yeah, I listened to that, actually.
What year was that?
It came out in 99, but the year I heard it, I want to say like 02 or like, like 02, 01, 02, around there is probably when I first heard it, So.
That's actually a crazy album. Like when NWA, the movie, came out, that's when I actually first listened to that whole album. And
really?
Like, yeah, that's when I started listening to like Eazy-E and like Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. And actually like they really paved the way for young talents, especially with them going against people hating on them for their persona, and that's not their choice, right? That's the way they lived.
That movie's an excellent movie. It really lets you see, kind of paints the picture of how much they actually had to go through and all the like things they had to overcome just so that people like myself today could rap about whatever I want to rap about.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Because like in the movie, they're like stuff shut down for playing certain songs, and getting like detained by police and all kinds of messed up stuff. So definitely, Ice Cube's one of my favorite rappers all time. I love Ice Cube.
He's a very good lyricist, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Did you play any instruments growing up?
Briefly, I played the drums.
Okay.
Briefly, but I was never really an instruments guy. I was always more of, I want to like sing and rap and be
vocalist.
So that being said, how did you come to find beats for your music, and how did you go around that, considering that you never kind of like was in that music making part of it?
It's an interesting question. Originally, I would just do remixes. So I just like certain rap songs that I really liked. I would just go on YouTube and I search and look for the instrumental, rip the instrumental and just record my own remix or whatever for that. That's how I started, and then I discovered SoundClick, I think it was, or something, and it had like
had like free beats,
charts and stuff, and you could like go in different genres and select these different beats that were on the charts or whatever. And so I could find these really cool beats and like, and then after that it evolved to, I met a homie, and he made beats. He was a childhood friend. He made beats, so he's like, "Yo, I'll make you some beats or whatever." And he made me a CD with like 12 beats, and that was like how my first ever beats made by a producer.
Wow!
You mess around with FL Studio or anything like that?
I do. I did. I guess I still do, but I don't really. But I have FL 10 or 9 on my computer, one of the old FLs. I got I got some complete and some sounds and stuff. So once in a while, I dabble with making some beats and stuff.
Okay. I want to move on to more about the music, actually. Like you just dropped a new album. How many tracks are on that?
11 songs are on it.
11 songs. 604's Finest.
604's Finest.
We'll also plug that. I haven't listened to the album yet. I haven't listened to any of the tracks yet. But what's one of your favorite tracks on that? Something that I should listen to.
Survival. I really like that track, Survival. I feel it was really like if you listen to the words, it's like, it's just a real. It's just real thing.
Yeah.
It's just the bars.
It's
just
authentic.
real. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I believe all my songs are like authentic, but
Yeah.
you know, it was just like there's a couple songs on there. It's kind of like party songs, like a reminiscent song. There's like you know different vibes and stuff. But this one was just like I was just spitting bars, but it's just real stuff. It's just like So
what do you think about the whole fact about like, so for example, when an artist creates an album, usually they would spend a lot of time on one track. And you notice that once they put that out, it doesn't make a big hit, but like compared to the other track that they made in like 4 or 5 seconds, it blows up. How would you think, like, how do you feel about that whole concept of like with like music nowadays, where it's just like they put it on FL Studio, they just put a beat on, start mumble rapping, and what do you think about that?
I guess it's different for everybody, right? Everybody. I know for myself, like sometimes I don't like to spend too long on a track, because I do know that like in this day and age, a lot of people's attention span is like
it's quick.
It's really quick. So if you spend too much time making music and then you drop it and it doesn't make like a splash, like you say, it's almost like you wasted your time. Yeah. But see, this is the thing though. It's kind of a struggle, because at the same time, for someone like myself, you want to make quality music. You don't ever want to just put out quantity. But I'm, I guess, blessed because I can make. For me, I don't force music. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm just not feeling it. It's cool. I'll go, listen to some podcasts. I'll go smoke some weed. I'll go do something else. But when I'm feeling it, then it just comes. So for me, it's kind of effortless.
Wow. And it doesn't come in once, does it? Like it takes time.
Like sometimes it depends. Sometimes I'll be able to make like 3 songs in a night. Sometimes, I can only get a verse out. Sometimes I can't get anything. I just come, I try, it's not there. Yeah. And that's cool, It's
just all part of the process.
All part of the process, but everyone's process is different. So
exactly.
I guess it's what you do it for. Some people might be trying to just get quantity out, trying to just. So they might be like, just like boom, boom.
Whatever sticks.
And put out content constantly just to get that club.
Exactly.
And other people might be overthinking it, and then so they might be putting too much time into it. Yeah. Overthinking it and maybe doubting themselves, like, I gotta keep on. It's not good enough. When it's like, hey, art, just make it authentic, organic. Just put your, you're all into it. Put it out, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, it's cool.
For sure. As long as you feel 100%, because like the way how I put out my art out there is like I'd go into the point where I would feel satisfied by it, but then for some other edits I feel like I'm always hungry to put on some more content. And I really agree when you said, oh, you shouldn't spend too much time on it because you're gonna put too much on it. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be like oversaturated in some sort of way.
Yeah, you might like cut. Like and as someone who takes pride in their work and their art, and like sometimes you get caught up in that where you're just like, yo, let me just try and refine it a little bit more. Let me put some more into it, and you might even you might miss when it is at it's like, it might be perfect at this like stage 5 or whatever, but you might take it to stage 11 thinking so it's all about just, I don't know, trusting your your instinct and just kind of just. And like you said, as if you're satisfied with it, I think that's the only thing that really matters when it comes to like art. Because you're the individual, you're the artist, right? So if you're satisfied with it, you're comfortable. Yeah, you just go.
100%.
Fuck with that.
Yeah,
that's real.
Just 2 artists.
I'm feeling it.
Just 2 artists just talking about art.
We got same visions and everything.
Exactly.
Trying to put a G-Town on there, right?
Hey,
so, that's how we do it.
Man, this is so good.
When you first received those first 10 tracks, how old were you? Those produced
12
beats, the 12 beats that you received.
This was back in 08.
Right.
08, so that's 11 years ago. I'm 26. So I was 15. No, I'm turning 27. So I was 16.
Yeah.
I was like 16 when I got these beats. Yeah.
Straight up young and just like playing with the beats and making whatever sticks.
Yeah, I'd made a couple. By then, I'd made a couple remixes. Yeah. So I was like kind of getting the hang of writing verses, like structuring verses and stuff. So I just kind of listened to the beats and listened to where the beat changed up, and then I knew like, okay, this is the chorus or the hook, this is the verse, and I just I just wrote.
And then back then, like, we noticed that your music is like very like G-Town focused and like 604 bass. Back then, were you rapping about like those things too, or was it just like whatever you can write down, you write down, and you just practice with those beats?
Honestly, it's I was still repping, you know,
Yeah,
I was repping because
Yeah.
I would be making some songs like, oh, G-Town Boy, and like certain
Yeah,
like
yeah.
different stuff with
For
G-Town,
sure.
the title, but
For sure.
I was kind of rapping whatever would rap in the
Yeah.
sense like I was trying to be not like hard, but I was trying to make
50
like
Cent.
kind of like, you know what I mean? I was trying to make like some like,
Yeah.
I was listening to a lot of T.I. and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was trying to make some
So
like,
it's
you know,
like the
some hard
persona
rhymes.
of whatever.
Yeah, so I would just rhyme kind of like that. I was like rhyming about stuff that I wasn't necessarily doing or, you know what I mean, being a part of, but it just sounded cool and it rhymed. So just writing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of my older tracks is like
So much fun.
talking about like packing gats and like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Some
nuts.
influence there.
That must have been a lot of fun for you, man. It
was.
still is.
It
but-
still is. It literally, it is the thing I take the most joy in life is making music. Like,
That's awesome.
it's
That's
just-
part of your craft, man.
Yeah.
And it became who you are, pretty much.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
feel
maybe
that
you-
too.
yeah.
The waves for
Yeah.
sure. Like
For sure, yeah. You know, you can feel it. It's like, you know, for sure, and you can't fake it. You know, it's just. I love music. It's the dopest thing. It's like the universal language. You know, I believe
That's
It
true.
brings everybody together now.
Yo,
it does.
even if you don't like the same music as me, you like a certain type of music. You like a certain like music. You still
Yeah.
like some type of
Yeah.
music. There's something that speaks to you, whatever. So I just think music is just
Something
so
that
dope.
represents you.
Exactly. There's the music out there for everybody. So I love that.
Do you have a studio at the moment?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I have like a mic at home that I just record like rough drafts, but I just go to like homies' studios and stuff and record right now. Yeah.
And they let you like record like your whole entire tracks there and whatnot, or
Like, what's the process
Yeah.
of going in the studio? Like,
Okay, well, it depends because before, like 604's Finest, little known fact, I recorded that album in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, so Strong is the first song that you've heard that's like kind of a recently, like, you know, Strong and everything coming up onwards is going to be stuff that is recorded in 2018, 2019, more current stuff.
so the process started in 2016.
When I started like actually like putting
Yeah.
music out there for sale and like
Yeah.
on like streaming services and stuff. Yeah. So back then I would actually go to the studio in North Van.
Wow.
I'd go there and I'd pay the engineer. It was actually quite a bit when you compare to like other studios and stuff. So you pay the engineer and then I'd go and I have my 5 tracks or whatever. Go record. I'd written them previously. Come in the studio, record them. Boom, he mixes them. Cool. And then I recorded so many songs and stockpiled so many songs.
Yeah.
And then something happened, whatever. I don't go to that studio anymore. So then I just went through this weird process of where I was just kind of in limbo. I didn't really have like a studio. But now it's like I have a few homies who have their own studios at their cribs, like really nice setups.
Yeah.
So what happens is I'll just like, and they make beats too. Each of them like kind of makes beats. So I'll just like, you know, here and there when they're like, you know, we'll just link up and we'll just make tracks and stuff. And when I'm not doing that, then I'm just at home writing to whatever beats I got, waiting for the next time when I get in the studio and stuff. So I'm always ready with some tracks.
So you're always chefing up something.
Always. I got like over like 70 songs, written songs in the
100%.
vault.
Reminds me of like how
Oh, I
Gucci
bet.
Mane does his tracks too. He
you
just
know?
spews out in the studio, just writes whatever. And
Mad tracks.
yeah,
You read
mad
Gucci
track.
Mane's book?
What?
You read Gucci Mane's book?
What do you mean?
Gucci Mane.
What about him?
You got a book?
Oh no, I haven't read it. No.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Is it a good one?
Oh,
man,
geez.
Is it on Audible? What do you think? Audiobooks?
I
Because
think it is. Actually, yeah.
Because I'm huge into I don't
Audiobooks?
read, but I listen to audiobooks. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big Audible.
I got the book itself, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically he takes you through his process when he started at Atlanta. He made his own studio eventually, and eventually that's how even like the Migos came through too. Like
Yeah,
that's
the
how
Gucci Mane studio.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Wow.
that's how it
That's
came
dope.
through.
Rick Squad.
Right?
Yeah,
Big Squad.
and when he made Walk Flock and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's dope. I've been a Gucci Mane fan since like literally since back when I started rapping. Like,
Yeah.
back then,
Like 08.
yeah, even back like in like 06.
Yeah.
Like, back then when he made like Hard to Kill and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So Icy and everything.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
dog,
Ice,
like,
yeah.
So I've been a Gucci Mane fan. I need to
Yeah,
check
Gucci
that out.
Mane's sick.
Yeah,
I
man,
need to
for
check
sure.
that out. That's dope.
I love this because I'm not a big music guy, so like I'm kind of like I just listen to music and that's it. I have the same playlist that I still have for like
Yo,
a year or two.
old Gucci Mane is really
Yeah.
dope. Like so
Yeah.
icy.
Yeah, before you go to jail.
Rajic Davis or what?
The Stavers, Roger Davis.
That one's my favorite album.
Was that with Lemonade and stuff like that?
That one was
with Lemonade with
Pharrell? Yeah. Was that on the Stavers?
Oh no. That was.
I'm not sure, dude. He spews out so much albums. It's really difficult to.
Are you talking about
Haterade?
No, Lemonade.
Oh,
Lemonade.
I'm not sure if that was on that.
And he has like he's in all yellow, and he has like the yellow like Ferraris.
If you ever got a moment, search that up. Lemonade.
Yeah.
I think that was like within the Trap House, like the track, the album with the Trap House. I
don't even know.
Dude, he was the OG with that persona.
He was in jail and he was putting out like 3-4 mixtapes a year. You're like, how does this guy do it? He's locked up.
It doesn't make sense.
Because he was writing so much. He's like, just drop whatever. Just drop whatever.
Right, yo, those 20 songs,
put them in, drop it.
That's how hungry he was, though.
Yeah.
Like, he had so many things inside his head, that's why.
And what's crazy is when he left jail, too, he popped off right away.
He came into the mainstream and people
It's because of what,
exactly.
It's because of what he was doing with when he was in jail, just spewing out mixtapes and stuff.
And he was like doing that independent grind. You know, he's one of those first artists who was like, you know, because he's on Big Cat Records and Flair and like Brick Squad 1017. He always had his own independent label situation, which is why he was able to put out all those mixtapes. And it like helped build the legend of Gucci Mane to where now he's like respected by all the
all the rappers, the young and it paved the way for QC too. Exactly. So, that's actually dope, man.
Salute to Gucci Mane. He's an inspiration for sure.
He's a pioneer, man. For sure.
Oh, easily. What do you think about Soulja Boy though?
Soulja Boy is hilarious. I think he's like he be wilding sometimes, but a lot of the stuff he says, if you think about it,
facts.
It is kind of facts because I remember, I'm old enough to remember when he was popping on YouTube, MySpace, like he was popping with that internet stuff, and he was one of the first artists because back then it was still about like, you know, radio and like sales and having music
people
video
would say
on it,
radio tracks,
CDs,
like straight radio tracks,
or, you know what I mean? So that was still the thing, but his wave was like on the internet with the dances and like, music videos. So
ringtones.
Yo, he did. Yo, the ringtones, like he'd sell mad ringtones.
He made most of his money off ringtones too.
Ringtones was huge back then. And now if you think about that, you're just like, man,
whatever
song I want.
Like whatever.
The smartphone dead the ringtone, but that's just like. Soulja Boy, he's a legend for sure. He's a legend and a pioneer in his own right. For sure. Yo, Trailblazer, yo, for real, yo, with A-Rap and stuff. I remember, that bitch, like, and I didn't even like all the songs, but he was popping back then.
Exactly.
So he was like,
and he made music for the masses too. Like, dude, people were playing you like in like elementary school.
Everyone knew the dance and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What we got on screen right now, we got the Lemonade by Gucci Mane.
Yeah, see, he's all on yellow and stuff. The music he made when he was like Fat Gucci, when he was lean sipping, chain wearing, like
pill popping,
in the hood. My Kitchen. Have you ever seen the video for My Kitchen?
Yeah,
Gucci Mane?
It was straight up in a house.
House with a young Waka Flocka. These guys got the red bandanas on. He looks like he's on pills and stuff. Like,
he was for sure. And that paved the way for Chief Keef too, man. Chief Keef.
Gucci Mane, if you did like a tree, like one of those like family tree lineage things for Gucci Mane and all his like the descendants, there's a lot of people who owe their stuff to Gucci Mane.
For sure.
Back at your home, what microphone do you use to record?
Right now, it's a Blue Yeti.
Blue Yeti, so just like us.
Yeah, you know, because podcast gang, it's good. You got to be able to get the whole room, you know what I mean? But it's also decent to get so I used that, but before I had like this old mic. Oh man, I had this old mic. It was like I don't know,
like that.
Like
one of the old school ones.
And then I had this one with like a little pop filter on it. It was a little better, but like I've always been using like ghetto mic systems until I got to the Blue Yeti. I like it.
Do you have like your own setup for it? Like, do you have like attachments and whatnot?
No, because I only record referenced and rough drafts. So I just record so when I write, I'll just record the flow and like certain inflections, how I say certain words, because sometimes I'll write something, like, you know, I always smoke weed before I write, so I'll smoke weed, I'll write something, and then if I don't record it, later on when I try to spit it again, I know the words obviously because I wrote it down, but the flow, the way I said certain words, sometimes I won't be able to like remember how I did it in the moment. So when I write, as soon as I write, I'll just record it. So then I can listen to that recording and know, like, you know, the tone of voice I used, how I said that specific word, if I like change my voice to be like, you know what I mean, with a certain emotion in it, like, you know, just so I know how I did it.
Yeah.
So that's all I record.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Oh, dope. I want to know more about the Puffit podcast, actually. Like
Podcast.
Process of like
the process of
just like even starting it too, because it's with Pot TV, right?
Yeah.
So like, how did you go about working with them and creating the Puffa podcast?
Pot TV is your YouTube channel?
No. Pot TV, Cannabis Culture,
Cannabis
Pot
Culture,
TV. Mark Emery, yeah. Shout out to them. They have their.
Mark Emery is a pioneer in his own right too.
Yeah, he's the Prince of Pot. You know,
he is.
Big shouts out to Mark Emery and everybody over there at Cannabis Culture and Pot TV. It's like Cannabis Culture is a magazine. You know, they started as a magazine. Now they have they had dispensaries. You know, they got like glass shops and the lounge. If you ever go downtown,
I've been.
yeah. You know, but I started the Puff podcast because I just wanted to kind of sit down with, you know what I mean, local artists and local creatives and just like have discussions about things and just kind of, I'm a big fan of podcasts. I just like, I really want to do this. I really want to do these podcasts. So, I started, and then like partway through, I don't know how many episodes I was doing, and then I met the homie Big Lock at a show. There was a show on Granville Island, and I met him, and he was like, "Yo, I heard your podcast. I think it's really dope.
Damn.
Blah blah blah. Can I'm gonna get involved in it. Can I be like a co-host or come on and whatever?" And I was just like, "Yo, that's so dope. He actually wants to be a part of what I'm doing. Yo, that's hell yeah, come through." So we went, and it was crazy. The first episode that we did together, he reached out to EBA. If you guys know EBA Mob, he's just a young rapper.
Yeah.
And he reached out to him, and we all linked for the first time. I met him the first time or whatever, and we did a podcast, and it was really dope. And then ever since then, he was like my co-host, and he always went downtown. So he went down to the lounge there, and he was smoking. And then one day he came to the crib, and he was like, "Yo, there's this thing called Pot TV down there, and I think our podcast would be really good if we took it there." So I was like, "Yo, okay, cool." So he went and he talked to them. We set up a meeting, and then we went down there and we told them like about our podcast and how we're trying to put a spotlight on local hip hop and stuff. But we smoke weed every episode. And,
I see that. That's dope.
I mean? So that element would work well. So they listened to a couple episodes. They liked it. They're like, yeah. So we just came through. You know, we did some episodes, and the process before was. It comes out every Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Every Tuesday at like around 4:06. But what would happen is we would record it because we were just starting out, you know, we're fresh, we don't really know. So we would record it on Thursdays and then play the recording of it on the following Tuesday. We did that for like 20 something episodes.
Because you never live streamed it.
We didn't live stream because we just want to get comfortable, get used to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just the ups and downs of it.
Yeah.
Get comfortable. And then, so once we were comfortable, I forgot what episode it was, but was it 25? Maybe it was 25 episodes, and then we just started going live. And the live is like super dope because there's like the people in the chat, and then you get to interact with the people in the chat, and it's just like, it's really dope, you know? They show a lot of love and stuff, so, yeah.
When we were first starting out too, we did it that way too, or we were about to.
Yeah.
Like when we first started out at KPU. We had the cameras out and everything and tripod set up. So we recorded us with the mic at the same time. So we captured that. And we realized that it took so long to edit process in terms of like splitting the cameras here and there.
Yeah.
So we'd have to like audio match it. Ceston, help me out here. Like how we did it first. Like at KPU when we started recording it. And the editing process took so long because like we ramble on for like 2 hours. We're on like Sony Vegas and we're just like one.
Trying to match the audio.
So Richard's talking, boom. Eric's talking, boom. And that process alone would take about a day, like 5 hours.
Wow.
So
actually, when we did the first episode that we never released, it took us a whole week to only do 70% of it. Yeah, I mean, like, we all got jobs, we all got stuff to do, right?
Right,
yeah.
That wasn't really a main priority on
Of
trying
course.
to edit that. So then we're like, honestly, might as well just live stream it, edit on the spot, right? And then on the first time, actually, when we did it, we used his cell phone and his cell phone.
Oh,
So it was like super low budget.
It was hella
Yeah.
yeah, but it's resourceful though. I like that. I
Of course.
respect that.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta.
We tried, right?
Yeah.
We tried. We
We're
figured
thinking
out
about-
another way of
We really did. We really did
Yeah.
like start from like.
We were thinking about
Dirt.
just like,
Yeah.
IG Live. We hope the Wi-Fi's good.
Yeah,
Like
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
But that's so dope because a lot of people will use things like that as reasons to not do it. Like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I get this, or I'm gonna wait till this, and they try to wait for the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you've got an idea, if you got a passion, or you want to do something, the first step, you just got to do it. You know, so even if you got to use the cell phones, even if you got to, you know what I mean, just and then you just upgrade as you go along.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
you know,
use the tools that you have with you, right?
exactly.
just
Yeah.
start off
Because
with whatever you
people,
got.
people always think that there's like roadblocks and like that's the end of it. And it's like, oh, just because it costs so much, I don't want to start this or whatever. It's just an excuse for them
Yeah,
just to
it's
not
reasoning
do
out.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Work your way to the
If you-
sick gear. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like how you started with music too. It's just like, oh, I don't have any beats, blah 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 blah. I'll go on YouTube. I'll search up beats. I'll go on that,
Exactly.
and then your hard work just shows for it. Especially right
When you're really passionate about something, you'll find a way.
You'll
Yeah.
find a way.
always,
You'll
always,
find a way.
always.
Actually, in photography, this quote is pretty much known to everybody who's in that kind of field. The best camera is the one you have with you, right? So it doesn't matter what kind of equipment you have; it's
Yeah.
what you can do with the equipment,
Yeah.
right?
Make
And
best-
I've actually been in that situation too. I was on a high of like, I gotta buy all the good shit. I gotta buy all the most professional equipment, but like, it's not gonna make it any better per se, right? Because it's
Yeah.
how you use it.
That's how you use
Yeah.
it. You could have the sickest equipment and just be really shitty and
Yeah.
just, that's not going to make your stuff better. Or you could have, and a good example is with music.
Definitely.
Having a good engineer. Having a good engineer, the engineer might be the most underrated person in the whole music song making process because it doesn't matter what setup you have. For the most part, it doesn't really matter what mic you have. And if you have a really killer engineer, you can make professional sounding stuff, professional quality music with the bare minimum in terms of, like you can just literally a laptop and a mic and you can make can make quality sounding stuff.
Yeah.
Or you can have all the gear in the world and have a clueless engineer and your stuff can just sound very basic or not that good. So
Wow.
You remember when Kanye West started making beats? I remember there's this one quote. He said, "Try locking yourself inside."
Yeah, that was the
room.
quote I was thinking about.
Yeah,
the three summers in the basement or something.
making
like that.
5 beats a day.
Yeah.
for
Crazy.
for a summer.
yeah,
for a
yeah,
full
that
summer.
man, that bar was cool. What song is that from again?
Oh man, this is like
Spaceship? It's Spaceship.
Was it?
Yeah. I knew the ship.
Yeah, it was it the one with like
GLC and
It sounded like Bun B in the beginning, but it had crazy like bass lines and stuff like that. I think I know which one.
Is it one of his
Spaceships.
first albums?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Way
was
before-
definitely.
from,
It was
before
before
graduation.
graduation. It was
Yeah,
before
yeah,
graduation.
Nah, yeah.
Late registration.
Yeah,
Probably,
yeah, it
yeah.
was it
Probably.
was definitely on that one.
Spaceship.
Yeah.
Because I
He
remember
got a
that
hit for all
bar.
that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye, he's
That's like one of the beats that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact. So.
I like
For
that song
sure.
too, actually.
He's a genius though, cause like he wasn't like a producer that actually made beats that were original. He would take samples. Yeah, and he would just mix those and send them off, right?
He's
Give
a
them the
master
Jay-Z.
flipper of samples, yo.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
sample flips are just legendary, yo.
Yeah.
He's a huge inspiration of mine. He's a top 5 rapper and a top 5 producer. For
I
me,
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
When he came out with 808 and Heartbreaks, that's when
Oh,
That's
that was
when I was-
that was legendary.
Yeah.
When he with the 808s and stuff like that, his beats were just so OG and so raw.
Yeah, I mean, like with the idea that he was trying to put out, like I'm pretty sure you saw the Heartless music video where everything was all cartoon, and then he tied back with the whole bear that he put out in Graduation. I think it's like every time he executes an album, he always puts out a certain visual
Yeah.
So going back to like Graduation, he had the bear and he had all different types of colors and everything like that. And if you go to 808s and Heartbreaks, it's more of like he's showing you his emotional side, a side that you'll never see in Kanye like today.
Street lights.
You know, and I think with what he's trying to put out now is so different because like he's going through different phases, which I think is pretty dope. So I feel like there's always an artist in every one of us and stuff like that.
Of course.
So
my favorite Kanye West album actually is the one he put after 808s. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's my favorite one too.
That's my favorite. Like from first listen, there's been no album, maybe 2001 because it was the first hip hop album I ever listened to, but no album have I ever put in and liked it as much on the first listen. Like I just listened to it. Maybe I was just in a certain zone, a certain vibe, but that first listen of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy just had me hooked. Every song was just like
So Appalled was my favorite one.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
It was dope.
All of the lights, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, it's
bangers,
unskippable. It's unskippable.
Yeah.
I can't skip. I just gotta listen to everything and just like it's a cohesive body of work. That's just it's a work of art to me.
There was an
Runaway
interview.
on there.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Ding.
That song, man.
Ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning. Yeah.
Dude, he was a genius though. Yeah, for real.
He's
Crazy.
He has a big voice, man. He's too much of a genius.
No, even like I read an interview about Nicki Minaj was in one of the songs, right?
Yeah.
And like
Monster.
Yeah.
I think she had the best verse on that song.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And like the intro of her talking, that was all Kanye. Like she was like she would like say it in some way, but he's like, give it your all. And like you can feel it in that song.
To start off the album like that with that like British accent. Zip it, listen. Like it's just a masterpiece. Like and seeing all of the Lights music video, and you know how they run like the credits to show you all the different artists who contributed in the song, and just seeing like so many. I was just like, and they were just all like big artists like John Legend, Fergie, like this person, that person. I was just like,
so much went into the production of that.
Even the Diamonds the Diamonds Are Forever music video.
That's a crazy
that was
video.
A crazy video. Too.
When the chick puts the ring on and then it starts to bleed.
Kanye was.
He is so
sick,
like
man.
and it kind of hurts because nowadays the music he drops, I'm just like, like it's all right, but by his standards, I feel like it doesn't really.
His voice is too big. I think he's on a different wave than we are at the moment.
Yeah,
but, you know,
at the
whatever
moment.
he appreciates, we gotta appreciate too, right?
Still a legend, no matter. There's nothing he can do or say
100%.
that will change what
Accolades.
he's done and like the impact his music has had on my life. Like, like Can't Tell Me Nothing is like my theme song. Like I'll play that whenever I'm feeling down. Wait till I get my money. And I just like.
Yeah.
Man, Kanye is sick for real. Still is, but he's just going through some shit right now.
You know?
Have you been to his concert when he was here?
I have not. No, because I haven't. But I've been to a Rihanna concert.
Oh yeah,
dope. That was like the
Auntie?
dopest. Yeah.
I
went to
it.
that.
I really
It was
wanted to go.
dopest concert I've ever been to. I'm not saying I've been to many, but that one was just like Travis Scott opened.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He did the stuff from Rodeo. Birds hadn't come out yet, or Birds had come out. No, Birds hadn't come out yet.
It's
so
like in
he
the
did,
process.
Yeah, so he did songs from Rodeo, which was still killed.
Yeah,
she came out, killed it. She had like 10 costume changes. But I've heard Kanye West, his shows are like really, really good. So I'd love to go see.
I just remember seeing all the Instagram videos where like his stage was like the platform, like it was just hanging from like and
very
then
elaborate set
and then
designs.
all like the audience was underneath him. Like
that's for the St. Pablo one, right?
Yeah,
St. Pablo.
Yeah. That one's sick too. Just in the center of everything.
Like I've talked to this one guy who's been to every Kanye concert that in Vancouver, and he told me every time he watched his shows, there's always a different phase that Kanye is in. So I just think that it was like he's going through different phases.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy phases that you wouldn't even expect.
Well, you feel that in every album. Every album a little bit is like a little bit different too, right? Graduation was different because that's when I think him and Jay-Z were like really, really, really close too, right?
Yeah.
And then they made Last Call, and like stuff like that. So and then he moved on to even Yeezus, which was a different phase too. Yeah, exactly. Down to
that's kill Kanye.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones Kanye.
Yeah.
And he was wearing the kilt and everything. Like that.
Yeah. And people were rocking it too. They're like, "Yo, this is sick." I'm like,
I was messing with the music. Yeezus, like at the time, I remember like it was a very like polarizing album because a lot of people were like, oh, this is dope, this is genius, and a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's and like me, 50-50. I was like, it was off of the heels of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, so
you're like,
so I was like, you know, I was just like, yo, this is so dope, you know, but like going back, I'm like, you know, it was cool, it was experimental for sure, but I thought the rhymes were good. I remember I really liked the rhymes. Like if you listen to what he's saying, like it's like clever, witty stuff, and I don't care what no one says. Blood on the Leaves is one of the best Kanye songs ever. That stuff is fire. That just, like, again, his sample flipping abilities is unbelievable.
Favorite Kanye bar?
Oh.
It's too many.
Don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something when you gon' end up apologizing. That one's just too crazy. Because it's like, yo, can't tell me nothing.
Oh,
yeah. Because it's like, yo, don't like mean what you say what you mean. You know, I'm one of those people who I'm not just gonna say something just to then backtrack it or whatever. Because it's like, yo, either you were disingenuous when you said it, or you're being disingenuous now, taking it. You know what I mean? It's almost like that. Keep that same energy. So I just believe, you know.
Mine was from Last Call. Something. I forgot the Miracle Whips ones.
Oh
yeah.
Killing y'all with this lyrical shit.
Yeah. Something.
Pushing mayonnaise colored Benz. I'm pushing Miracle Whips.
Yeah. That one was sick.
Hard too.
That was a crazy beat. Oh man.
Yo, there's one from St. Pablo. I think we just talked about
St. Pablo.
The song?
Yeah, St. Pablo is like.
I don't think I heard.
There was.
He goes straight to the facts on that one.
There was.
I probably heard
talking about the simulation or something like that.
He's talking about his kid.
No, it's like people like. They call me crazy or something like that, but
the media said it was outlandish spending. The media said he was way out of control. I feel like I'm the only one not pretending. I'm not out of control. I'm not nothing they control.
Whoa.
When really he was trying to say, I'm not nothing they control.
When
really they say like, they control. You know what I mean? Like you can't troll me out of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's what he was trying to say, but I was stuttering, so man.
There's a lot of like really like good Kanye bars.
There's
too many.
There's
too many of them.
And there's good Kanye beats too. Like we can just
even when he was doing poetry slams, man. He was crazy.
Oh, I didn't even know that he was doing poetry.
Same.
Oh, there was like only 1 year where he would always, start doing poetry slams, just once a year too. And I think it's like really old too. This is like when Pink Polo Kanye was still on.
Okay, Pink Polo. I like Pink Polo Kanye. Yeah,
I miss that.
I miss that Kanye. Yeah.
Have you ever done any big performances? Like, have you ever performed at like venues or anything like that?
I guess the biggest performance you could say I did, not big, but I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Big to you?
Yeah, it's always big when it's big to you, man.
I performed at Fortune Sound Club.
Word.
The URP's 6th anniversary kind of party thing that they threw. Urban Renewal Project. They're like a radio station in like downtown there, and they interview artists and so they're having their 6th anniversary thing, and it was cool. It was like my set time was at a good time where it was like not too early but not too late. So I kind of had like the maximum crowd there, so it was really dope. But that's the biggest so far. But
how'd you feel? How did that feel?
It felt really good. It felt good. I used to get really nervous going up on stage, but the more I do it, every time I get on, I get a little bit more comfortable, and it's fun. It's really fun.
You start testing with the crowds and here and there and stuff like that.
It's fun. It's fun. So.
Was that the most recent one, or?
Yep, December 6th is when I did that one.
Oh, wow, very recent.
So.
Jeez.
What day was that? It was like on a Friday night?
It was on weekend? Thursday, I want to say. I want to say it's on Thursday, yeah. Oh, if it was Fortune on the weekend, I'd be lit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a fact.
Would you ever perform in Tap House, bro?
You know what? I would perform at Tap House. Why not, man? That's G Town.
Yeah, that's G Town.
Yeah.
That's. It used to be Mirage. Tap
Yeah.
House, man. I got
Mirage.
Mirage. For sure, I'd perform at Tap House. You crazy, man? I'd perform at Tap House. That'd be crazy, yo.
If that happens, you gotta let
Tap
us know,
House,
man.
call us.
Tap
Call him.
House. Yo, holla, yo. That'd be a lit show, yo. The G
Big
Town.
Puffa.
Yeah.
Big Puffa performing live in G Town. The homecoming. Oh man, that'd be
Jeez.
crazy.
And they got a stage for it too.
They do.
They never really do shows. or whatever.
Maybe when I do my first like tour, whether
Yeah.
it be like a BC tour or a Canada tour or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to get the last stop to be Tap
Hometown.
House. You know,
Wow.
homecoming. You know what I mean? Bam, I'm
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You know, we'll see. Speaking into existence, and
We're holding you on that. Yo.
Yeah. I remember that.
for sure. Tap House, holla.
Where's some place where you want to perform, like a dream?
Oh, it's like for me right now, when I dream about like a dream performance, it's like what I was just saying, like me coming back, the last stop of my like world tour or North American tour, Rogers Arena.
Rogers.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm huge. I'm big. Everybody knows my song. It's just everybody's there at Rogers Arena from all over the Lower Mainland, just there to to see me perform. Sold out Rogers Arena. That's the dream right there.
Wow.
Because that's the 604. That's the home. It's the biggest
Home
place
crowd.
we got. Yeah, and like
Straight up.
Rogers Arena, like it can get crowded, and that's where all the big stars go. So if you could sell out Rogers Arena, I feel like that'd be dope. It'd mean a lot to me because it'd be like, yo, I see it really messes with
You
me.
came so far, and the
Yeah.
would be freaking amazing.
I'd probably get emotional and
Yeah.
tear up on stage.
It comes up.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
man.
love y'all, man.
What about Faded?
No,
yo.
but Rogers Arena is the main one because it's the stadium. But I've talked with a few friends like, yo, Faded would be dope. Right here in Surrey.
Yes, sir.
Faded in the park.
Yo.
Outdoor festival.
Actually,
Yep.
I'm actually trying to. I don't know if I'll be able to get in for this Faded, but
Next year
Faded
for sure.
2020. I'm trying to like
Yeah.
I'm trying to make that happen.
Oh,
You're trying to make this one happen too, or you
Of
don't
course, I'm
really-
trying to
yeah,
make
yeah.
this one
Yeah,
happen,
that's
but
good.
this one's gonna be in the summer. Is it in the summer or is it in April?
No, it's the summer.
the
April is
summer,
when they
right?
give out the tickets.
Okay, so you know what I mean. There's still hope.
Mm-hmm.
There's still hope for this year Fade in the Park's not but for sure I'm saying by next Fade in the Park I should be, at least doing something in there.
For sure.
But hopefully we can see. We'll try.
I'm at your tent, man.
Yeah.
I'll be there, bro.
That would be dope, yo.
I'll come early for you. Bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that'd be
Yeah.
dog. I get you guys the VIP wristband.
Yeah,
and everything,
interview. Yo,
Like,
that's what's up.
They need like media passes.
Yeah,
They gotta
yeah.
get the G-Town podcast
Oh,
in
we should
there.
do that, yo. Actually, media. You
Yeah.
could too.
Yo, for sure.
Yeah.
I've been told by somebody who's like, you can get, if you're like willing to like take pictures and like maybe even like you can get media passes.
Yeah,
for a
just
lot
take
of different-
pictures. Like, yeah, I got my camera right here.
We're documenting. Yeah,
Yeah, straight up.
So.
Oh, we should look into that.
No hopping fences and stuff.
Yeah. No Melvin Medici type stuff.
You know him, Melvin?
No,
Melvin Medici? No?
Yeah, he's a Surrey YouTuber. He memes a lot of Surrey
Maybe-
Jack stuff.
Maybe
and
if
shit.
I seen, I'd know, but
Yeah.
the name I don't know.
Yeah,
the name.
check him out. He's
Yeah.
pretty funny for real.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
he memes Surrey a lot.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
That's crazy.
We just had him actually.
yeah. We just had him as a guest, like two episodes.
Two episodes.
2 episodes.
Yeah, afterwards, you should show me his.
Yeah,
his
we'll do.
Instagram.
We'll
I'll
do.
Check that out.
Yeah. Got a question for you. So, since you're a rapper in Surrey and obviously, what do you think about the current rap genre movement or game, whatever you call it, in
Like the
Vancouver?
local scene?
Yeah, the local scene, exactly. What do you think about it?
I think it shows a lot of promise and potential. I feel like 2018 was a really good year.
Yeah.
And like people coming out and saying like, yo, I got this music, and people like really making it known that yo, there's like, and I feel like a lot of people recognize that there was a lot of like young, especially really young artists who are like talented and
Yeah,
have a
raw
lot of,
talent.
a lot of talent, a lot of potential. So I feel like 2019 is going to be a really big, and it's going to be one of those years that we'll look back and be like, yo, this was like the start of something special. I think there's definitely talented enough people that it can go down like that. You can put it on the map.
For sure.
I just think that some people need to kind of slow down a bit, I feel like certain artists, they get they might like get paid for a show, or
Yeah.
they might like get a good look or perform at a big venue or open
And they feel
for
some type
someone,
of way.
and they kind of feel like they're like better than everyone else or above
Yeah.
people, so they
Yeah.
start kind of treating people a certain way. And like I feel like people need to work together. Like no one's made it yet. We're all kind of, you know,
We're all in the
Make
same
it together.
you know, we should all just I
Yeah.
think if we all just work together and just work on putting the city on,
Yeah.
then if you're talented, your talent will
Yeah.
like, you know, all the talented
Exactly.
people will get like your talent will make you rise to the top.
For sure.
It'll be known, you know, but you don't have to kind of shit on people or kind of like,
Exactly.
you know, kind of act like you're better than people. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I get paid for shows, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't work with you. And,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, just, you know,
That's
I feel
respect,
like,
man.
so I feel like we need to do a little bit more working
Yeah.
together. And with that, maybe a little less ego, a little bit more working together, putting on for the city.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like what reminds me of that type of ideology is actually, if you're not familiar with Triple X, he's from Broward County, Florida, and a lot of artists are from there actually. So in that area, that's actually Lil Pump, Triple X, Ski Mask, and Youngboy Trunks, and they actually all got together and they did. There was an album that Triple X did, and it only featured Florida artists, and like I think that's like that was a really dope movement, and like if not everyone, most of the people there actually like took off from that album, and that's why I respect that like your ideology for the local scene so much.
Yo, if we, you know, just shine a light on the, you
Exactly.
know, shine a light on the city as
And
a
shine
whole,
together.
and we'll shine together, yo. And there'll be, we can, if we all work together, what we can do is create an ecosystem and an economy where there's a pie and there's actually money, like an economy where people can actually eat
Have a
off
piece.
of music. Yeah, and everyone will get a piece. Like,
Yeah.
there's artists right now who we've never even heard of these people before, and their sole income and how they provide for their families and themselves is making music, because they tour, they stream, they sell merchandise, they do that because from wherever they are or whatever they've done, they're part of a certain economy where they can, like, you know, there's. So I feel like we can create that. We have a big enough city and a big enough, you know, population and stuff, and a lot of enough talent and music lovers that we can create that economy where everyone can, like, including the media, people who cover, like, you know what I mean. There's room for you guys to
Express yourselves.
You know what I mean, and there's people, like all the media outlets, all the artists, all the like beat makers, engineers. There's a way for everyone to make money, concert promoters, whatever, DJs and stuff within the city, and then take that and then, you know, expand to the world.
Exactly.
So we just gotta work together.
Yeah.
That's honestly my biggest hopes, because like I know Vancouver,
It's a little bit
there's so much ego. There's
It is.
not,
It is.
Not everybody wants other people to succeed, right?
Which is
But,
crazy, yo.
yeah,
It's crazy.
It's truly sad, but I love this movement that we're trying to create
Exactly.
right now, so everyone can just have a bit of the pie. Everyone can have and share the love, right?
Yeah.
And that's honestly that's the one true goal. And that's one of the things that I wanted to achieve.
Definitely, man.
On this podcast as well. And I want there to be like a platform. Like, thank you so much again for coming on this podcast.
Yo, thank you for having me. Yo, that's the reason because before I had this thing called Geezy Vision. Back in the day, I started this thing. We brought it back now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Young and Stupid. We brought Geezy Vision back now, but before I used to do it with just a ghetto camera, and I'd like go to like studios and stuff and just interview whoever would like. And the reason I started interviewing people, and the reason I even got into doing the podcast and stuff, is because at the time when I was rapping, there wasn't anybody to like who would be down to interview me. There was no outlets and stuff for people to interview me, and I was like, man, I wish people would be, you know, like that. It's important for the culture and for the scene for us to have media outlets and stuff like that. You can't just have the artists and the talent. You need also all the aspects of it.
Yeah.
So I started that just because I was like, I didn't want other artists to have that feeling. I wanted there at least to be one spot that they can come and be like, hey, I'll talk to you. I'll promote your stuff. I'll listen to you. Let's have a conversation. So it's really dope that you guys are doing this, and you guys asked me to come on. That's like really dope, because even though I started this podcast, I don't really get many invites and, like, you know what I mean? Like opportunities to go on platforms to talk and stuff. So this is really dope. I really like it. This is really dope. Thank you guys.
Not a problem, man. For real.
Well, what do you do during your downtime? Like, I know you're always working, you're always grinding, but Do you ever...
Downtime, I'm usually listening to podcasts or listening to music.
What's your favorite podcast?
What's your favorite podcast, man?
Okay, I got two. The Joe Budden podcast.
Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Love the Joe Budden podcast. That's
Joe Budden.
Yeah. That's
now they're doing 2 episodes a week.
Two Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
Dog, I'm there. Like,
Yeah.
This is my favorite podcast. I don't care if it's a 3-hour episode. I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Like they could do once every day, and I'd probably listen to it.
Yeah.
So I really like that podcast because I love all 4, I guess, of the hosts' perspectives. They have such insight into the music business from different sides.
They came from different niches.
Exactly. Like Joe Budden was the independent artist who had a big hit, so he experienced that. Like, you know, he's been on the major label, been independent.
Yeah.
Parks is an engineer. He's still an engineer, so he's engineered for some of the dopest people. He knows that side of it. Rory's worked at G-Unit, Sony. You know what I mean? And Maul, his brothers are literally hip hop who helped just discover Kanye or was working at whatever. And then Biggs, who was a co-founder of Rockefeller and stuff. So he has they have such insight into. Yeah. So I love that one. And then Jalen and Jacoby, it's a sports podcast. With Jalen Rose, he's a former NBA player.
Yeah.
And David Jacoby, he's a TV exec, and they team together and do this podcast. So I love those two. Man. Yeah, they're my favorite.
Did you play any sports?
When I was younger, I played soccer a little bit, and then high school, grade 8, I played basketball. Yeah, and then that's it. Yeah. I play basketball now. I go to the rec and shoot some hoops and stuff, but I don't play that's about it.
All right. This is a big guy, you know.
Love sports, but I
just a spectator.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I don't know. I started smoking weed in grade 9, and I skipped practice. You skip practice, you get benched. You don't really want to come play because it's boring, and it's just so.
Wow.
You got to tell me right now, top 3 or top 2 best munchies places in Surrey, Guildford.
Oh. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Ooh. Oh, jeez.
Munchie spot.
Jeez.
For us, we kind of just rotate around, eh?
Yeah, we don't really dive into new places.
Honestly, and this is I gotta give it up to McDick's because they're just old reliable in Guildford. If I'm thinking back to you were saying my origins and stuff, and just coming up in high school and just. One thing is always reliable, whether you broke or you rich, you can always depend.
For sure. Actually, that's right.
And
24/7 too.
24/7.
Whether you're broke or you're rich, I like that. That's actually
come back from the club, come back from tap house. Had a few drinks. What else is open?
Parked in there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You call them your party bus.
No matter what time. So McDick's always held it down. So I got to give a shout out to McDick's. McDonald's. 152nd one. It used to be the one in the mall when it was the old mall.
Walmart. Yeah.
Second level. I really like that one.
I love that one.
When they changed the Walmart, then I was like, that's right by the front of the store. Nah, I like the 152nd one better, you know.
Yo,
or the Hawthorne one. Shout out 144 Hawthorne one. You said top 2. This one's hard, but I gotta go. You said munchies, right?
Yeah.
So is that counting full meals, or is it just
whatever you like to eat when
you think?
Go to.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sounding so generic almost, but
no.
I gotta give it up to the Max.
Max.
Jeez.
The Max. I love Slurpees.
Yeah.
So the Max always has better Slurpees than 7-Eleven. So I like the Max. And then
now there's 7-Eleven right across.
But the Slurpees, that's the thing. I love Slurpees, and 7-Eleven Slurpees compared to Max Slurpees is a difference. Max got the Slurpee game on lock. So
the thing, Max has these milkshakes.
Oh, for real.
That's the best.
See, Max, they separate themselves with the beverages. For real.
Yeah. I like the 7-Eleven beverages in the coolers though. Sometimes they got the good deals.
Oh yeah.
2 for 4, 2 for 3, 2 for 5 if you want a smoothie.
I would choose 7-Eleven, but if I'm getting if I want a Slurpee, that's gotta go to Max.
Jeez.
That's the one right next to Sleep Country, right?
That's the only
See,
one.
there
man.
you go. That's the one. That's the TNT one. That's my max
TNT.
right there. Yo.
Sleep Country is a
Sleep
trap house, yo. That's
Yo, that used to be one of the blazing spots.
Oh, for
Word.
real?
In the underpass, like the Sleep Country, that little like drive-through thing.
Yeah,
It used to be a
yeah,
bank.
yeah.
It used to be a bank there with
Oh.
a drive-through ATM. That's what it used to be. So
Wow.
we used to blaze there. Even when it was Sleep Country, we'd blaze there all the time, and then go to Max after. You know what I
Max,
mean?
get your
What's
milkshake and
the-
then sleep.
that used to be a bank?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, back.
Oh,
in the
that's
day.
why they had that drive-through there.
That's why it has a drive-through because it used
Oh,
to be.
now though.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
fucked
they
up
straight
now.
up like didn't even do
Yeah.
nothing with it. Wow.
It was a low key spot though.
What bank was
Low-key
that?
spot was dope.
Yeah.
Does that guy? I don't know.
Oh
I
my
do not know. That's a long
Wait,
time.
what was?
What? No,
He's asking what bank.
because
it
all my
was.
Oh, but what bank was?
I've always known it as Sleep Country. That's why
It's been
so-
Sleep Country for a long
Oh,
time,
yeah,
but
okay.
I remember it was a bank and it had that
Gotcha.
drive-through,
That makes sense.
that ATM drive-through thing. So that's why that's there. Because people just like, why would a Sleep Country need that? It's so
Big Puffa
random,
knows,
you know.
man. Big Puffa knows.
Yo.
He knows it.
Okay.
One last place. That's two places. Hey?
Huh?
It's top three, right?
Okay.
I said top two.
Oh,
so
top
just to
two?
make it like.
Oh.
But if you want to do it,
Yeah. There's
Well-
some low-key joints that like you wouldn't expect.
Now that I'm thinking back to,
Yeah.
I would have to go with TNT because we spent many days. Yo.
Yeah.
152nd
Yeah.
and 100 baby.
Yeah.
That's where it
Because
is.
Yes,
the
sir.
thing is,
That's actually nuts. They got so much restaurants in that one complex.
One
Big
complex,
Chicken
yo.
Town,
Bubble World.
Bubble World.
World. Wow.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got a
yeah,
sushi
yeah,
place
yeah,
there,
yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Even inside TNT, like the place where you
Yeah.
get the subs.
Yeah.
Bale.
Bale, yeah.
They got Rodham Korea there and
Rodham
the
Korea.
culture.
Yeah. They got that bubble tea place too.
Yeah,
Because
little tea house.
little tea house.
Like, it has, so, and sometimes that we had that blazing spot by Sleep Country, but we also
Yeah.
had this spot behind, Brainchild.
Oh my
Yo,
god!
yeah,
Yo, we used to
yeah.
smoke at Brainchild all the time.
Damn.
Kids would be there, like on the
Smart
weekdays
ass
and
kids
stuff.
coming out, yo, look at these
We'd have
guys.
to walk around the corner, so they like,
Right next to the splash area.
yo,
Yeah,
next to the
wow.
Taekwondo place. I used
Yes,
to,
sir.
I used to
Wow.
do Taekwondo back there
Kim-
at,
wow.
What is it
yeah,
called?
Mr.
Kim Jong?
Kim's. Yeah. And
Kim
great.
Jong?
No,
Kim Jong?
no, what is it called?
I don't know what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Kim and
Mr. Kim? Dang.
John Kim, there you go, John Kim.
Yes,
There you go.
yo. And grade 7, we did like a field trip, and we did like for a week we had like lessons there or whatever, and then afterwards I signed up for a little bit, got to yellow belt, green stripe, and then I quit.
Yellow, that's sick, man.
I swear,
I'm no
Taekwondo's a
belt.
shit.
I'm no belt.
I'm sure with or without Taekwondo, you can probably fight anyone, man.
I mean, Taekwondo, it was cool though because you learn like those. It's all about the patterns.
Yeah.
So if you're good at memorizing the patterns and stuff,
Yeah.
you can really excel in that. But I kind of wish I had stuck with it a little bit more, just to, especially with like all this MMA and stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, it'd be cool to be like, oh,
For real, right?
I got a base in Taekwondo.
It's all good. You do. Just yellow belt. It's all good.
Yellow belt, green stripe. You know what I mean? Not too shabby.
Baby colored.
2 munchy spots.
2 munchy spots.
Go 2.
Man, this is crazy. I would say, yeah, that plaza with TNT, Bubble World and stuff like that. I would have to go with Big Chicken Town.
Oh,
that's
Big
one of my,
Chicken.
yeah, that's
Chicken
one of my
Chicken Town's
joints.
good. Yeah.
Classic.
There's this low-key spot down in like 160 in Fraser. It's called J-Geezy. They do like Korean cutlets.
J-Geezy.
Oh,
Yo,
J-Geezy.
I got that through Skip the Dishes one time.
Yo, me too. Yep.
Yeah, that's a fireplace. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. That's
Oh,
good.
it's-
Ooh.
Pizza pork cutlet. That was like. it's what
Pizza
I-
pork cutlet is a good one.
Yeah.
Try that one. Yeah, yeah.
I tried the chicken one, the chicken curry one,
Chicken curry.
Chicken
and
is
the
curry,
fire.
original
yeah.
one, but
That's
that
fire.
pizza
Yeah.
that pizza one looked good, but I
Yeah.
just like
No,
experimental.
it's actually promising. Yeah, portions there is pretty good too.
It is.
Every time I go there, I actually get that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
heavy.
which
man,
one do you
it's
get?
heavy.
pizza.
Oh,
That's the
really?
one, right?
Pizza pork
Yeah.
cutlet.
Yeah.
I just like the gravy with the. Sometimes I feel
burger?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the burger, just with gravy and cheese.
Oh, the
or whatever.
cutlet.
Yeah, the
Okay,
cutlet. Yeah. But my favorite 2 spots is there's one down the street right here. It's called Castro's. They do tacos, burritos, and stuff. I really fucks with Mexican food.
Same
Yeah.
here.
And it's like
wow.
local. It's like actual like homemade, not homemade, but like
Is it kind of by Gateway ish?
Yeah. It's like literally.
And it's
like
like in the back of
Yeah.
Yo, that place is bomb. My friend took me there. She's like, yo, it's authentic Mexican.
Yeah, that's
food.
authentic.
I was like,
it
yo,
is though. It is.
Like when you sit in the restaurant, you feel like you could be in Mexico.
Yeah. Castro's, that's my favorite one.
That's a good spot.
Second one would probably be either Tex Burger or Donaire Fair.
Okay, see, originally when you first asked the question, my off top instinct was to be like Fotao Bay, Donaire Fair. You know what I mean? I was like, man, that's too like GP centric. Let me kind of expand and like think about it. Beyond just the lunch, but yes, Donaire Fair.
Donaire Fair is tight for real. Yeah. Even Tex Burger is pretty good.
Tex Burger's
that area in general.
That area's got good food.
GP, JH both had really good lunch spots.
Yeah,
if you went to GP or JH, your lunch was really, really good.
Holy Cross was balls. So bad.
I went to North Surrey. We had McDonald's.
Yeah. You had McDonald's. Holy Cross, you had to walk literally a kilometer to Wendy's. Or drive to McDonald's on Fraser Highway and 156.
But if you didn't have a car, then...
Yeah.
I mean, you're in high school, right?
And you couldn't even leave school until grade 11.
But North Surrey did make up for it by having a really bomb cafeteria.
Did they?
Bomb cafeteria. Yeah, their cafeteria, like...
I took that grad.
You took, like, people, like, would talk about it. Like, oh, yo, the caf's actually, like, people, like, they brag about it. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
The caf program's good.
What did you eat when you went to North Surrey?
When I was at North Surrey,
just like
you went home.
You went home.
So my house is like
oh my God,
5 minutes away.
I go home too then,
Yeah, it makes sense, right? So I just cook myself up a meal.
That's for me in school too, man. I live across the street from JH, so it's like, I just walk home.
That's pretty dope.
But mine, I'm gonna do top 3 now since we're mentioning all these.
Yeah,
places.
do top 3.
But like, my number 1. If I'm like blazed out, Wendy's. That's my go-to.
Wendy's.
That's my overlap.
Wendy's a good one.
I love the nuggets there. I don't care what anyone else says.
Dude, it's not dog. That's Burger King, but
that Burger King. Yeah, it's like $2.99 for 10 nuggets now or something like that. Like
I seen it was $1 for 10
for a while, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna skip the second one. Like I'm just not sure. But for my third one, when it comes to like sweets, right in the TNT block there's a bakery called Taster's Bakery. Oh, that's the kills right there. Best cream puffs ever.
Wow.
We went to the elementary school with the kid whose parents own that bakery.
No way.
So whenever we'd go there after school during elementary, he'd hook it up. I'm like, dude,
that's so cool.
Shout out Ryan Sue.
Wow.
Shout out.
Yeah, man.
Number 2. I would say Donaire Fair.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a solid one.
It's a solid one.
And it has to be the one by like the one by Fatabai.
It has to be that Donaire Fair is the one true.
Yeah. All the other ones are ass.
And there's a few other ones. There's one in like Coquitlam. There's one like I've eaten at other Donaire Fairs. I'm like a bit strictly off the name alone. You're like, oh, Donaire Fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, just that one.
That one. Yeah. Actually.
One quick. That's the one in GP. Right?
What about you? Top 3 places, proud of man.
Yeah.
Proud of man.
Yo, this guy drives me home every night. McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Actually, you're like, yo, can I hit McDicks every time?
Honestly, I ask him, we're about to go home. Yo, you hungry?
Just a little bit.
McDonald's?
That's all.
This guy can read my mind.
That's what's up.
Jeez.
Number 2.
No, I don't know anymore.
McDonald's is good enough, right? It's like, they're everywhere. They're always open.
Whether
it's a solid one, yeah. While you're poor,
through the hard times when you needed to stretch the dollars, McDonald's was good to you. It was good to you.
Ceston, can you open up? I have the links on the doc. If you can open up J-Geezy's SoundCloud,
please.
Hey.
Do you wanna ask that too?
Have you been to the Popeyes, bro?
I have not yet. I need to. In Coquitlam, I need to go.
Yeah, I want to go. I haven't tried it.
I haven't, but I'm like,
I've tried Popeyes before though.
You have?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Where?
Toronto.
It's pretty good. Because the commercials, like they got me with the commercials.
No,
I believe them.
His SoundCloud.
Louisiana Fast or whatever.
Yeah, actually.
I want to try that stuff.
Louisiana chicken.
I've even tried it in Louisiana. It's pretty. It's the same.
Is it?
Like, yeah.
You tried it in Louisiana?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's nice. Louisiana fried chicken is actually the bomb, man. Even Louisiana,
Sorry,
like
Kentucky.
seafood is good. Yeah.
Louisiana, right?
KFC is actually, I don't know. What do you think about KFC?
You know, it's I'll eat it, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'd almost rather have churches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Rather have
That's right.
churches. So.
Churches is.
So of the three, KFC, Churches, or Popeyes?
You tried Popeyes?
I haven't tried.
Oh, you haven't tried
Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Yeah,
I haven't
okay.
tried Popeyes.
You got to
God.
though.
I need
You
to try
got
the
to.
Popeyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just,
I need
just
to
for the
try it.
experience.
I need
Yeah.
to.
After that,
Did you try the
Don't
biscuit
go
though?
back.
Did you try biscuit?
I tried the biscuit.
Dude, biscuits. I don't know. I can't eat biscuits.
Whack.
See, yo, my friend said he went to try Popeyes, and he was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I like Churches better than KFC, but I'm gonna try this Popeyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, how was he? He's like, yo, it's good, but I think I still rather have Churches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still try Popeyes because I need
Yeah.
to try for myself,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I have a feeling like
Try it.
I'll try it, but I'll still probably like Churches better.
But do you
Yeah,
think
you
it's
will,
like?
you will.
Do you think it's the process of getting to Popeyes? Let's say you don't have to drive to Coquitlam.
Probably.
Really?
Prob-
Yeah, it
that's
takes
probably
20 minutes
part
to
of
get
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Really
sure.
nowhere.
Yeah.
So like, if it wasn't like if it was like in Surrey,
Yeah.
would you still go Popeyes or Churches?
I'd rather go KFC than Popeyes.
Jeez.
Whoa.
That's, in my opinion, that's how bad.
Yo, I need
that's
to
how
try
bad it
this.
is.
I need to try this.
Yeah.
This Popeyes. Cause,
Yeah.
dang.
I don't know, man. It's,
And KFC's not like garbage, but it's just not the one, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think KFC's pretty balls, man.
you
I
tried
think so.
Popeyes?
I tried Popeyes a couple times.
Which one, KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes all the way.
Oh.
Even I might even say Popeyes over Churches too.
Oh,
Yeah, because-
that's a big statement, man.
Because I have Popeyes every year, right? I'm always in
Yeah.
Toronto, so
Yeah, oh,
my
yeah.
grandma's house is by Popeyes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I will walk to Popeyes and I always get the chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And nobody makes chicken nuggets like Popeyes.
Popeyes?
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you
guess so.
that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yo,
That makes
I might,
sense.
I might
And
have to
sausage.
go-
We might see you there. I haven't tried it yet either. So.
But I heard also that they're making some new ones. Like,
Oh.
they're gonna have some new ones. I don't know where, but maybe one. I think maybe one in Surrey. Don't hold me to that, but possibly. So.
Oh no, they are.
Popeyes,
They are.
yeah,
They are.
right?
It might be in South Surrey though, which is even it's like 20 minutes away too.
Either way, you're driving 20
Surrey's
minutes.
huge though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Surrey's pretty big, man. One end to the next.
What's everyone's favorite pizza joint? Surrey, specifically.
It's not a lot.
I know.
There's
There's
a lot of
lot.
good ones. You gotta go to New York.
It's just one of our live questions. Thanks, Mandy.
Answer Jacobs too. Popeyes
Popeyes
over
over
Churches.
Churches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna have to go with. Right now, I'd probably say Uncle Fatty's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I'd
Surrey
say
Central is.
Central. I
Yeah.
said that one right now,
Mhm.
but yeah,
I like that one actually. It's pretty expensive though.
it is.
Slice by slice, yeah. But they got slice. Yeah, it's pretty good.
You guys tried Blaze Pizza, right?
Yeah,
you
Blaze
did.
Pizza.
I have not, but
You
I've
gotta
heard
try
good
it.
things.
You have to try. You have to
Is that
try
in
Blaze
Vancouver?
Pizza. No, it's in South Surrey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
because I've heard good
good.
things. I've heard good things.
Oh, it's amazing.
Blaze
It's $13. You make whatever you want. What kind of pizza you want. You make
Oh,
Where
it's like
is South
that?
Surrey?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Where is South Surrey?
Where? Like, you know where? I'm trying to think. You know where the Walmart Supercenter is in White Rock? Maybe not.
I can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably Google Maps that shit.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
I'll just Google Mac Blaze Pizza and just
Yeah.
because I need
No,
to.
it's real good. The drinks are good too. You gotta get the drinks.
What kind of drinks are we talking?
I mean, they're fountain drinks, but they
got,
have like
lemonades?
lemonade. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for lemonade, yo.
It's good. But it's not just like lemonade. It's like lemonade with like either like sometimes they like put strawberries in it. Yeah, it's tight, man. It's
The only
tight.
thing I like more than lemonade, strawberry lemonade.
No way.
I like pure peach flavored lemonade.
Yeah,
I like flavored lemonade.
Yeah. I don't like lemonade.
I like lemonade still,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather get flavored lemonade
For sure.
Well, we got on screen. We got J-Geezy's
Hey.
SoundCloud. I
How much
scroll
is it?
scroll all the way down. You have a lot of tracks, man.
Yeah, for real.
Yo.
For real.
And
So much to listen to.
lots. Yeah. They're not even all up there, too. Not all of 604's finest is even up there.
Mm.
Yeah. But
Okay.
there's enough up there that you can get a taste of what I do.
Where we can also find you on Spotify.
Yep.
I do have you on Spotify.
Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple Music, Google Play, anywhere where you can stream
All the streaming
music.
services.
Yeah, I'm there.
That's tight, man.
Yeah.
What's the process of that like? Even like just getting your music on Apple Music or SoundCloud.
Well, you gotta get a sign up with a distributor service. So there's
For sure.
like TuneCore, DistroKid, it's like CD
Oh,
Baby.
Yeah.
There's these different ones, and you pay them,
Yeah.
and then they distribute
the
your
work.
music everywhere or to the stores of your choosing.
Okay.
So I use DistroKid.
Yeah.
And then you just pay every year, and then you can just put, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just.
It's cool, man.
It's dope.
Heard of that? Yeah.
It's really dope. It allows independent artists like myself, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
to, you know, put my music out there for everyone to, you know, without having a label or anything like that. So it's really cool. I love how technology is advanced like that.
Right now, actually, we use SoundCloud to stream to Spotify.
Oh, you guys on Spotify?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Wait,
on?
what did you say again? We use SoundCloud
Yeah.
to.
I upload on Spotify, and
Yeah.
then it feeds that to Spotify.
SoundCloud to Spotify.
With the RSS feed thing link,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you guys also on Apple?
No.
No, just
No.
Spotify. Spotify's fire though.
Yeah, they got like a good podcast section. Like Apple Music doesn't really do that, right?
They have the podcast app though.
They do have the podcast
Yeah.
app. That's where I listen to most of mine. But again,
Yeah.
I said my favorite one was the Joe Budden one, and his is on Spotify. So
Oh, word.
It's only exclusive
Is
to
it really?
Spotify.
it's exclusively on.
Yeah,
He did a deal with Spotify.
Yeah, he got a deal.
He's getting a bag like.
Yeah. Now that's why they're doing 2 episodes now.
And they held out too. They did the SoundCloud, uploaded from SoundCloud to like Apple Podcasts, and like they did it for free. And they like, you know, they held on and got leverage, made it pop and got leverage, and then they used that leverage to get the bag from Spotify. So
That's dope.
he's a big inspiration for me because I like to do podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just,
I like him. I like him for the fact that like he's he doesn't like to have guests on often because he's like, I feel like he's an energy type of guy. Like if he has the guest on, like it has to be.
someone he likes.
Yeah,
you know.
that's why I saw the Pusha T one. It was really dope.
Yeah, he's one of those people. He's not just gonna have you up here because you're the
Yeah,
poppin'
whatever.
artist with the single. Like he has to vibe with you. He has to
Definitely.
let you know.
Yeah.
He's definitely an energy person for real.
Yeah.
Out of all the tracks that you have, I know you probably love all of them because you only put out the good stuff. But what's your all-time favorite track that you released so far from yourself?
I'll give you. I can. There's three.
Three.
So I'll give you three quickly because it's for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
G-Town.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's almost self-explanatory because that was probably my most listened to song.
16,000.
You know, it
On
represents on YouTube. Say, hey, 16K. Keep running it up.
More on the other platforms, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it adds up.
And the video was like me rolling around the hood, G-Town. It's
Saw
about
the music
G-Town.
video.
You know what I mean? So that one, Mary Mariah Tony, because just the writing it and just like performing it and the flow I used, I just I really enjoyed that one a lot. And then Strong, because it's the new single that's out, and you know you need to go listen to that. So Strong,
Dope, man.
I fuck with it so much. It's like 2 minutes long, and I'm like, damn.
You know,
It's on repeat though.
208, nice short one. Yeah, replay. Run it back.
Sorry, that was 3? That was 3.
Yeah,
that was 3. Okay.
Yeah.
G-Town, Mary Mariah Tony, Strong. But G-Town would probably be like the number one. Like, yeah, G-Town.
I see.
Would you consider that's what set you off?
In a way, I guess, with this new, because I've been rapping since 2008, but I've been in the music business since 2016. So I guess G-Town would be the song that really, like, people most know me for and stuff. So I guess so, yeah.
I was wondering if we can put up a small little beat, if you can freestyle for us for this final segment.
I mean, I'm always down. I freestyle off the top, so it can be hit or miss. So it might be kills, it might be not, but I'm down.
Or you can choose a beat of your liking too, if that makes it easier for you.
Ooh, can I answer that question?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be and why? Shout out to Jacob Victor. If I could collaborate with any artist, there's actually 2 artists I really want to collaborate with. Mr. Easy, he's like he makes like Afro beats types of music and stuff. And A Boogie with the Hoodie.
Oh.
Yeah, I think our styles. I'm a huge fan of A Boogie with the Hoodie. Hoodie Season is probably the most played tape in my car right now. I feel like our styles, because I'm very versatile.
Yeah.
I feel like me and A Boogie would make a really good track, and I'm really on that Afro beats wave. So I think me and Mr. Easy.
It's dope, man.
But you guys pick a beat. I'll freestyle.
Just do the Kanye one. Do the
Kanye one?
Yeah, do the.
I thought we were gonna do
How long do I gotta freestyle for?
We might get copyrighted.
Oh, I don't know.
okay.
I don't know if they have like any good ones that you can even freestyle through. That's why, like that all wouldn't be copyright.
Yeah, right. Any like any, famous beat you put on.
The first thing I always think of is like the 8 Mile beat.
Yeah.
These weak on spaghetti.
Yeah, I can pull that up.
Will we get copyright for that one?
Oh, I'm pretty sure Universal or whatever is.
That's the issue. Like I don't think
you got one.
I got one.
All right.
Then we'll
Regardless, man, it's gonna be kills.
The therapy next door. I hope they're done.
Oh, it's gonna be super loud or something. Who made this beat? Do we know?
I don't know, but it has Cxdy.
Well, shout out to them.
Perfect.
Perfect. This beat, I worked it. Couple headshots, I murked it. Girl was looking pretty, so I had to flirt.
Yep.
Kid, I'm amazing when I spit. Flow like a river. J-Geezy's it. I'm on top of it. So legit, like a 9 to 5. And you know if you watching in the chat, you know it's live.
Yeah.
G-Town podcast, yeah, they representing. J-Geezy, married to the game, you at my wedding.
Yeah.
Solid vows, take a bow, I'm the king. I'm the future and now. Past, present, it don't matter. My presence is a presence.
Oh!
Took that from Kanye West.
Yeah.
I'm on top, I ain't no peasant. Surf like a wave, nigga better behave. Couple whips and chains, you would've thought I was a slave. Like I pick cotton. Man, fucking forbidden fruit that be rotten. I don't know, I just spittin' cause you know I got 'em. Every day on the block, I be fucking writing. I jot in my fucking book.
Yeah.
G-Town, I was a fucking crook back in the day. I had them fucking shook. Now I just write so many lines just like a book. Magazines, now get your issue. Got the clip loaded up, nigga, please. You could get a tissue. Cry me a river like you Justin Timberlake. Drown you in the lake, cause you such a fucking fake.
Yeah.
And I'm Geezy the Great. Big Puffa, smoking 8. You know what I do, so you niggas just hate.
Oh.
Hey.
But you know what? You could never relate. Please, you suckers are just gonna take the bait. Then I snap your head off. Y'all verse me, you don't want it cause I just let off. Lyrical bullets, aim it at your temple. My body is a temple. I come through and do my thing. Yeah, you know. So.
Yes,
little freestyle for the G-Town. And that's off the dome, you know what I mean? Off top, you know what I mean? Off top. Yeah. Shout out to the G-Town podcast, everyone in the chat. I love y'all.
Alrighty.
That was a good beat too.
That was a good beat, yo. Shout out to whoever made the beat. That was fun. That's the first time I remember before people would ask me to freestyle. I'd be like, oh, I don't freestyle for free. Or but it was just me being like, I was afraid that I just never wanted to mess up in the freestyle. But then I just got over it and I was just like, if you mess up, whatever, man.
You got it good. That's pretty good.
So we're coming into the closing segments. One thing that we always ask our guests is, do you have any advice that you want to give out to the younger generation? Young artists out there.
Especially in Surrey.
Yes. Okay, it sounds cliche, but follow your dreams. If you have a passion or something that you're into, don't let anyone tell you if you feel inside that this is what you're meant to do, it's what you're called to do, it's your passion, it's what you love, pursue it because literally you only have one life to live. You know, once you're gone, however long you live, once you're gone, you're gone. So you might as well use the time to do what you want to do. Pursue it. Don't give up. Don't let anyone else tell you that you can't. You know what I mean? The day and age that we live in, you can definitely do it. Don't give up. Pursue it. Even if at first you're whack at it or it's, you know what I mean? If you actually love to do it, you know, keep on doing it. Don't waste your life doing a job and stuff that like makes you miserable and stuff like that. So just be happy, you know, learn to be happy. That's the main thing is be happy. Do whatever it is that makes you happy as long as it doesn't hurt other people.
Big Puffa.
Yeah.
Oh,
get it now.
G-Town, you know what it is.
Get it.
All right, J-Geezy, thank you so much again.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is dope, yo. G-Town podcast is lit, yo.
But thank you everyone for tuning in again. we'll be back next week. Like always, we appreciate every eye and ear on this podcast. And that's it for today's episode.
Rolling on that
I
can't do no wrong. I just moved 100 pack, rushing like a running back. Only brought a quarterback. Smoke with my amigos, now it's legal. Free my guys who got locked for moving trees. Medicine that they supplied. I'm the brother with a dream. Modern day Dr. King. Make it to the movie screen. Came from weighing on a beam. Triple scale, digital, never tell. All my folks, or anyone for that matter. Matter of fact, rather go rolling on that strong. Rolling, I can't do no wrong. No. Put it in a bomb. And I wrote this song.
Think little shawty wanna come back to my crib. Stuck into the club, yeah, she ain't even on the list. She be sipping strong all night, then she moves so right. How she dancing all up on me, then she tryna get the pipe. Said ain't no one ahead of me, I'm winning this fight. Got a couple of enemies and they know it's on sight. I don't hold on to grudges, I usually let that shit slide. It ain't healthy to keep all